So it will stay.
Yeah, well,
It will,
okay.
yes, it will stay between us.
All right, so now you let me know. Now, Luz, I'm going to tell you next time in Gabi. You have to remind me, record first, okay? So we missed all this recording so far, but that's all right. It's Vyavasthit, you know. All right.
Hemos perdido de grabar todo esto. Lu, por favor, recordarle ayuda la próxima vez que grabe. Pero bueno, esto es Vyavasthit.
It's for us. It was meant to be for us. Only for us, yes.
Estaba dirigido solamente para nosotros esto.
Yeah,
Vyavasthit.
yeah, and you know, we were what were we were talking about? We were talking about Pratishthitatma, discharge Pratishthitatma, charge Pratishthitatma, then how we are separate from this charge and discharged one. The one who was charged and is now discharging, we are separate from that one. And what is our connection with the Absolute? You see? And where are we in this whole process? Where is each one of us in this whole process? You see?
Yes. Está el Pratishti de descarga, el Pratishti de Atma de carga, y estamos separados de el Pratishti Atma de descarga. Y qué conexión tenemos con lo absoluto y dónde estamos en este proceso nosotros.
Dadashri also says that whatever is going to happen, now this is relevant to our Vyavasthit. Whatever is going to happen, its causes first arise. You see, how does Dada give that? He says whatever is going to happen, its initial causes, and now when these are not the causes. In the cause like last time, but whatever is going to happen, its causes start arising. One cause, second cause, third cause, etc. So, for example, if you are watching what is happening in the kitchen, and if you're like Herman or me, all right, we don't use, but you just see what's going on in the kitchen. So first there is, somebody brings flour, right? Then there is a lot of butter coming on, and then there is a bag of sugar, and then there is some vanilla flavor, you see. And then there are some eggs, maybe if you use eggs for it, you see. And then all of these things are coming one by one. Then you know that a cake is going to be made, right? You know that you're going to get a cake later on, right?
Yes, por ejemplo, ¿no? Dice que lo que pasa, que sea lo que sea que pase, vamos a poder ir viendo las causas que van surgiendo, ¿no? Entonces a mí parece que la causa 1, 2, 3. Y por ejemplo, si ves a la cocina, y por ejemplo, con Germán mira la cocina, como hace Shuddha, que solo miran, ven que hay harina, hay manteca, hay vainilla, hay leche, hay huevos. Entonces, al ver todas estas cosas, sabe que luego va a haber una torta.
See this. We talked about turning on the light at bedtime. How do you turn on the light at bedtime? Usually, you and I turn off the light, right? Right, Graciela? Do you turn off the light or do you turn on the light at bedtime?
Entonces estamos hablando de prender la luz a la noche cuando nos vamos a dormir. Dice, pero ¿cómo es esto? Porque por lo general apagamos la luz. Y a Graciela le pregunta, ¿vos apagás la luz cuando te vas a dormir?
Yeah, what do you right, Gonzalo? Do you really turn off the light or do you turn on the light when you go to bed?
¿Vos qué haces, Gonzalo? ¿La prendés o la apagás la luz?
Yo creo que prender, ¿o no?
He turns on the light.
Or you turn when you go to bed? When you go
No.
when you go to sleep, you
Which,
turn on.
Cuando Gonza va a dormir, claro que apaga la luz. La luz de
Gonzalo
arriba.
turn off the
Yeah.
light of the house.
And then what do you turn it on? What do you turn on?
¿Y qué es lo que enciendes entonces?
La luz interna.
Beautiful. Yes, that's the new
The
lesson.
inner light.
Yeah.
Yes.
Turn on. That's the beauty. This is the beauty. That's the difference between a Mahatma and the rest of the world. The rest of the world go to bed with their kashais, and a Mahatma is with Dada, you see. Kashai free. Kashai free.
Yes. Esta es la diferencia absoluta y maravillosa entre los Mahatmas y el resto del mundo. Los Mahatmas se van a dormir con Dada, libres de kashais, y el resto de las personas se van a dormir con los kashais.
You see, if you go to bed thinking, this man is bad, this man is bad, this man is bad. So, with that view, you go to bed. You see? Then what happens is, when you get up in the morning, the whole night your energies get drained. Your energies get drained. And when you get up in the morning, you feel weak. Your energies of the self get weak.
Es cuando tú vas a dormir y te vas y estás pensando, este hombre es malo, este hombre es malo, este hombre es malo, y te duermes con esa visión. Cuando te levantes, te vas a levantar sintiéndote débil porque todas tus energías fueron drenadas y no estuviste en contacto con la energía de Dada.
So when that happens, you can do the silent special pratikraman of Dada, and you clear it off. You clean it, wash it off, and you're with Dada. When you get up in the morning, you feel lighter. You see, you feel lighter, energized.
Cuando sucede esto, que tienes un pensamiento en la cabeza, prende la luz, el practikrama de Dada, limpia este archivo y conéctate con Dada. Y entonces a la mañana cuando te levantes, te vas a levantar liviano y energizado.
This animosity and scorn, scornful attitude, tiraskar, you see, is highly dangerous for the energies of the self. You see, they get drained completely. They drain away your energies, you see, of the ama.
Todas las animosidades y todo lo que nos quedamos apegados así en peleas, pensamientos feos, drenan absolutamente todas nuestras energías.
That you see, now it completes the picture. Now you know why Dada has given this very critical instruction for all Mahatmas at the end of the day to do the nididhyasana of Dada. When you go to bed, Dada, 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 Dada represents your blissful self, you see. You are not the one with the anger, you are not the one with the pride, you are not the one with the animosity. So at bedtime, at least, at the end of the day, you come home and be with Dada. That is what Gonzalo does. You see, he turns on the light at bedtime. Turning on the light at bedtime.
Ahora podemos ver la figura completa. Por eso es tan importante y crítica esta enseñanza de Dada, esto que nos da el nididhyasan, el ver y escuchar a Dada. Entonces, cuando estás enciendes la luz interior, la conexión con Dada, no eres ni enojado, ni orgulloso, ni codicioso, ni engaño, nada de eso. Es como hace Gonzalo, él a la noche cuando se va a dormir enciende la luz de Dada.
Yeah. You know, there's no, if it helps you, you can say Allah or Dada. It's just the same thing. Like the last satsang we talked about Ram Nam. Anything that lets you come home. But, recognize the easiest one is Pura. Easiest now, very easy because it has become natural for all of us, you see, for all of us.
Si te ayuda, por la noche también puedes decir Allah o Dada o Ram, como estuvimos viendo la semana pasada. Y todo esto te lleva nuevamente al hogar. Pero ahora tenemos esto tan simple que es soy alma pura y soy alma pura.
One final sentence before we take a break. You see, he says, no matter what you do from morning till evening, if you remain vitarag, inside, remaining vitarag inside means no attachment, no aversion with anything. All right? Then that is all that is necessary, you see. The accounts of attachment, aversion are part of the Pratisthit Atma, the PA, the non-self complex, the Pudgal, the Grasi and Pas, not your account. You see. So you remain vitrag inside. You see, you remain vitrag, then nothing will touch you. And it will, this is where we are all trying to come, to rise to the level where Dada, rise to the level of where Dada wants us to be. You can do everything that needs to be done during the day from morning till evening. There is nothing wrong with it, you see. You can do that, but remain vitrag from inside. Remain vitrag.
Beautiful. No importa lo que hagas durante el día, no importa si te mantenés en vitarag, y vitarag es no apego, no aversión. Entonces, no apego, no aversión con nada ni con nadie. Entonces, los tiempos del Pratishthiatma, puedes ver que es tu cuenta, y tú permaneces vitarag. Y este es el espacio, el nivel donde Dada quiere que estemos y que nos elevó. Es al mismo nivel de Dada. Haz lo que quieras, pero hazlo sin apego ni aversión. Vitarag.
And Dadashri says, for the energies to arise, for these energies to arise, you need the stillness in satsang, you see. And that is what every satsang is making us absolutely still. We, in satsang we are getting this beautiful, amazing stillness. You see, of the vitarag, of the arihant. Like our dear Paz saying, Namo Arihantanam. Namo Arihantanam. This energies are arising within us. You say, which energies? Energies of stillness. Energies of stillness. And then that which flows in front of you, unfolds in front of you is under SCE. Under SCE.
Yes. Porque las energías surgen en satsang, ¿no? Por eso mantenemos todos en satsang esta maravillosa quietud, esta paz, nos mantenemos arihantanam o vitarag. Entonces, manteniéndonos en esto, surgen en nosotros esta quietud, esta paz, y todo lo que suceda afuera va a ser bajo el control de las evidencias científicas circunstanciales.
So as you and I sit in satsang, our energies are rising. We don't have to do anything, just sit in satsang. You see, and the more you sit in satsang, so many of us are sitting in satsang. Wherever satsang is happening, we just come and sit. You don't have to worry about complex questions and complex answers. Just be there, and your stillness increases. Complex questions and complex answers are of the intellect. They've got nothing to do with the Arihant, Bhagavan, the Lord.
El permanecer en satsang no es necesario hacer absolutamente nada, solamente es estar presente. No es necesario hacer preguntas difíciles, porque estas preguntas difíciles solo vienen del intelecto. Es solo estar en presencia y estar en quietud.
Shuddha, let's all take a break. We'll be back in 10 minutes, and then we continue with our Vyavasthit.
Bueno, vamos a ir a un recreo de 10 minutos y volvemos para continuar con Vyavasthit.
Thank you.
Shuddha.
Thank you, dear Laura and Patricia. Thank you. So, shall we resume? Shall we continue?
Continuamos.
Go to the Dadavani of October, which is the Dadavani of the advanced understanding of Vyavasthit. And
The last Aptasutra we do is let me find it. 3901.
Let me see.
That was the last.
October 2019.pdf. Do you know what page that is? Patricia?
It was after 20. I don't know the page. I didn't wrote it written.
Okay.
Let's see. No. Before that, 3901, we did 2710.
We finished 2017, right?
On Dadavani, October 2019, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, this one we finished 2710. Now we are coming to 3717.
Then after it was 3901. What that was the last. Now today I don't know.
Have we finished this one? Who created this one? 2710 we finished? Yes, I think we finished this, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now then the next one below that is this one, 3717. You see, this one. Aptasutras.
Yes.
And that
Please
is
tell me the page, please.
page 12 of page 12.
Yes, thank you.
Page 12 of 47 pages. And for me, my reference here in Gujarati, it's page 8. Page 8. All right, so let's
8 for you.
8
Yes.
for me, right? Yeah. વ્યવસ્થિત પર વ્યવસ્થિતની એ સત્તા નથી અને વ્યવસ્થિતની વ્યવસ્થિત તો ખાલી રિઝલ્ટ આપે છે. Alright, even alright, so here we go. Aptasutra 3717, even Vyavasthit does not have control over Vyavasthit. Vyavasthit only gives the result. If Vyavasthit had control, it would have claimed everything only runs because of me. If God had control, he would have become arrogant. But no one can say anything. The world has arisen simply due to a nimit. खाली निमित्त थी जो जगत ऊभो थयो छे. The world has arisen simply due to nimit. So,
Aptasutra 27:17. Incluso Vyavasthit no tiene control sobre Vyavasthit. Vyavasthit solo da el resultado. Si Vyavasthit tuviera el control, hubiera reclamado. Todo funciona solo por mí. Si Dios tuviera el control, se habría vuelto arrogante. Pero nadie puede decir nada. El mundo ha surgido simplemente debido a un nimit, a un aparente hacedor.
And take away, there's an error, slight error in the translation here. Take away the a and take away the un.
Ok, hay un error aparente acá en la traducción al inglés donde dice surge simple de ser un nimit. La A nimit, la A hay que quitarla y en español hay que quitar un nimit.
Questioner. Everything of this world is indeed run by Vyavasthit Shakti, is it not? This is what you're saying, isn't it?
Pregunta. Todo en este mundo está dirigido por Vyavasthit Shakti, ¿cierto? Eso es lo que estás diciendo, ¿no?
Dadashri says, no, then it would give rise to the ego, would it not? Then Vyavasthit Shakti would say it runs because of me. So it does not run due to any one reason. Even God does not have liberty to run it. No one has the liberty to run it. All the scientific circumstantial evidence come together and the work gets done. So no one can claim that I did it.
Tadashi dice, no, eso daría lugar al ego, ¿no es así? ¿No es así? Vyavasthit Shakti diría, sucede gracias a mí y no ocurre debido a ninguna razón. Ni siquiera Dios tiene la libertad de dirigirlo. Nadie tiene la libertad de dirigirlo. Todas las evidencias científicos circunstanciales se reúnen y el trabajo se hace. Así que nadie puede afirmar respecto a eso, yo lo hice.
Questioner. Then there are these hurricanes, storms, rains. Is that Vyavasthit also?
Entonces también estos huracanes, tormentas, lluvias son Vyavasthit.
Dadashri, yes, it is Vyavasthit. All this is of Vyavasthit. Moreover, Vyavasthit is not the activity of today. It is also not under the control of Vyavasthit. Even Vyavasthit is not under the control of Vyavasthit. It too is a result. Just as when the result of an examination comes, is that actually under the control of the professor?
Dadashi, sí, es Vyavasthit. Todo eso es Vyavasthit. Por otra parte, Vyavasthit no es la actividad de hoy. Tampoco está bajo el control de Vyavasthit. Incluso Vyavasthit no está bajo el control de Vyavasthit, sino que también es un resultado. al igual que cuando llega el resultado de un examen. ¿Está realmente bajo el control del profesor?
Mm-hmm. Dadashri, no. The day he has to give the result, is it really under his control at the time of declaring the result? Does he have any kind of authority? So it is Vyavasthit that declares the result. And even Vyavasthit does not have the control. If Vyavasthit had the control, it would have said, all this runs because of me. Now, if God had anything to do with this, then even God would become arrogant. It is because I exist that all this runs, he would say. Therefore, no one else can say a word. Everyone has to keep mum. Such is this world. Only through a nimit, only through this nimit, and that through that nimit. So no one can claim that he has given rise to the world, and it runs only because of him. No one can say that I am running this world. Otherwise one would have overpowered. He would have overpowered long back. He would have tried to become the boss. So this is a very deep discussion. It is something that Gnanis have seen. You understand it through the intellect. You grasp some of it through the intellect.
Dadashri dice no. El día que solo tiene que, el día que solo tiene que dar el resultado, ¿está realmente bajo su control? Es el momento de anunciar el resultado. ¿Tiene algún tipo de autoridad? Así que es Vyavasthit el que anuncia el resultado. E incluso Vyavasthit no tiene el control. Si Vyavasthit tuviera el control, diría, todo esto funciona gracias a mí. Si Dios tuviera algo que ver con esto, entonces incluso Dios se volvería arrogante. Es porque existo que funciona todo esto. Por lo tanto, nadie puede decir una palabra. Todo el mundo tiene que callarse. Así que este mundo, solo a través de un nimit, está a través de este nimit, y aquello a través de ese nimit. Así que nadie puede afirmar que ha dado origen al mundo y que el mismo funciona solo por él. Si no, alguien habría dominado desde hace mucho tiempo, habría tratado de convertirse en el jefe. Esta es una discusión muy profunda, es algo que los gnanis han tratado de convertirse en es algo que los gnanis habría tratado de convertirse en el jefe. Esta es una discusión muy profunda, es algo que los gnanis han visto. Tú lo entiendes a través del intelecto y comprendes parte de ello solo a través del intelecto.
Questioner. Doesn't Vyavasthit's Shakti run things according to one's karma? Can we actually say that? Dadashri. Yeah, go on.
Pregunta, ¿y Avasti Shakti no dirige las cosas de acuerdo con el karma de uno? ¿Podemos decir realmente eso?
Dadashri. Vyavasthit Shakti does not have any support whatsoever. Vyavasthit Shakti is not supported by anything.
Dadashri dice, Vyavasthit Shakti no tiene ningún tipo de apoyo. Vyavasthit Shakti no es apoyado por nada.
Vyavasthit Shakti is itself a result. To pass or to fail is not in anyone's power. The giver gave the exam, and this is the result of that. To give an exam is in one's power, and to give the result is not in anyone's power. It's like this: if you walk around in the sun, who provides the heat?
Vyavasthit Shakti es en sí mismo el resultado. Aprobás o no aprobás. Y no está en el poder de nadie. El que hizo el examen lo entregó. Y este es el resultado de eso. Dar un examen está en su poder y dar el resultado no está en el poder de nadie. Es así, caminar bajo el sol. ¿Quién provee el calor?
Questioner, that is nature.
Pregunta, eso es naturaleza.
Dadashri, there is no need for anyone. If you do not want the heat, then walk around with an umbrella. Who provides the coolness? The umbrella does. You do not need anyone to give that. That is the result. There is no giver of a result. There is no giver of a result. After you give an exam, is there actually a need for God to give its result? It will come based on whatever you have written. It is an effect.
Dadashri dice, no se necesita a nadie. Si no quieres el calor del sol, entonces camina con un paraguas. ¿Quién te proporciona la frescura? ¿El paraguas lo hace? No, no se necesita que nadie dé eso. Es el resultado. No hay alguien que dé el resultado. Después de rendir un examen, hay realmente necesidad de que Dios dé el resultado del mismo. No, vendrá en lo que hayas escrito. Es un efecto.
Questioner, I have understood. Before I thought that Vyavasthit controls the whole universe.
Pregunta. Antes pensé que ya controlaba el universo.
Dadashri. No. The world does not run based on one cause. It runs based on all the combined causes. People are searching for their own authority. However, here it is actually the authority of the result. Authority of the result, parinam satta. Moreover, the authority is not within us, not inside us. This is in fact a result. If one had written well in the exam, then at present he will walk around feeling happy. Whereas the other person will walk around with a sulky look on his face.
Entonces dice, no. El mundo no se ejecuta en función de una causa, se ejecuta en función de todas las causas combinadas. La gente está buscando su propia autoridad. Sin embargo, aquí es en realidad la autoridad del resultado, parinam satta. Además, la autoridad no está dentro de nosotros. Esto es, de hecho, un resultado. Si uno hubiera escrito bien en el examen, entonces en la actualidad caminaría sintiéndose feliz, mientras que la otra persona caminará con una mirada enfurruñada en su cara.
Questioner. This is the authority of the result. Again, that parinam satta. This is the authority of the result. That is what we ourselves have to understand, right? Now, the one who has attained knowledge of the self, Gnan, through Akram Vignan, those are the ones who have to understand that this is the authority of the result. Other people will not realize that at all, will they?
Esa es la autoridad del resultado. Eso es lo que nosotros mismos tenemos que entender. Es así, el que ha alcanzado el conocimiento del ser, el Gnani, a través del Akram Vignan, y otras personas no se darán cuenta de eso en absoluto. ¿No es cierto?
Not Gnani, Gnana.
El conocimiento del ser es Gnani.
Gnani is the person who gives Gnan, but Gnan is the knowledge of the self.
Knowledge.
Okay.
Dadashri. I have my screen broken, so I move myself. I'm so sorry.
No, that's all right. That's okay. Dadashri. So the person is talking about Mahatmas versus other people. So Dadashri says, other people, they too are under the authority of the result, but they have no idea, do they? All they know is, we are indeed the ones doing this. Can there ever be a doer of the result? What a magnificent sentence. Can there ever be a doer of the result? Whatever happens from birth to death, that is all mandatory. And it is in the form of an effect, parinam swarup. It is because we believe to be the doers of that the seeds for the next life are sown.
Dashi dice, y está hablando de las personas que no son Mahatmas. Ellos también están bajo la autoridad del resultado, pero no tienen ni idea, ¿verdad? Todo lo que saben es, de hecho somos nosotros los que hacemos eso. ¿Puede acaso haber un hacedor del resultado? Pase lo que pase, desde el nacimiento hasta la muerte, todo es obligatorio. Y es en forma de efecto, parinam swarup. Es porque creemos ser los hacedores que siembran, ser los hacedores que siembran la semilla para la próxima vida.
Okay. Let me just stop sharing this. There's a lot of reading that we have done in this. Lot of information.
Aquí hemos estado dando un montón de información.
And a lot of exactness, you see.
Y mucha exactitud.
The first thing that Dada talks about is the authority. Whose authority is it? Authority. Who is in control? Who is in control here? In everything that is happening in front of it. who is doing it? Of course, we say Vyavasthit, but what, now, we need to understand, is Vyavasthit doing it?
Acá se habla de la autoridad y que está y que está en control de todo lo que sucede ahí afuera. Por supuesto que vamos a decir, Vyavasthit lo hace. Y preguntamos, ¿Vyavasthit lo hace?
It comes right down to this word doer, doing, you see. Do it, doer, doing is, we are so used to this word doing that we try to apply it everywhere. Who did it? Who brought this storm? Who brought this tsunami? Who brought this climate change? Who is causing this climate change?
Dice que estamos tan acostumbrados que traemos esto de hazlo, quién lo está haciendo, quién es el hacedor, quién hizo esto, quién trajo el tsunami, quién trajo las tormentas, ¿no? Tan acostumbrados a que lo aplicamos en todos lados.
Mm-hmm. So satta, you see, so first of all, Dada breaks the illusion that there is no satta or authority of anything, any one entity. Even Vyavasthit is not doing this. Vyavasthit is that which unfolds in front of the one who is awakened and who has become free from Vyavasthit. Free from Vyavasthit.
Yes. Dada dice, rompe la ilusión del hacedor. Y ni siquiera Vyavasthit rompe la ilusión del hacedor y de Vyavasthit. Vyavasthit es lo que se desarrolla frente a ti y esto lo puede ver quien está liberado del hacedor.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I have a question. Scientific circumstantial evidence is the process and Vyavasthit is the result.
No, scientific circumstantial evidence is the result.
Okay, thank you. Okay, le pregunté a Shuddha si entonces la evidencia científica circunstancial el resultado es el proceso y ya va a ser el resultado y me dice que no, que todo es resultado.
Result is something that is not exact as much as the more exact word is effect.
Okay.
The more exact word is effect. Cause, effect, cause, effect, cause, effect, cause, effect. Effect is a very big word. Effect means effect means effect means that which began, behind which there was a cause, and the cause you do not see, but you see the effect. You see the effect. You cannot see cause, but you see effect. And what do you call an effect? Anything that is experienced through these five senses, the mind, the ego, leave aside the ego. Anything that is experienced through the minds and the five senses is all an effect, is it not? Yes, ego is also gets affected. Ego takes over and says, I don't like it or I like it. You see? So keep the ego one side, but effect, is it not?
Yes. En realidad, la evidencia científico-circunstancial y Vyavasthit, más allá ¿no? de que de resultado es un efecto. Entonces volvemos a la causa y al efecto. Y efecto es una gran palabra que significa que lo que empezó empezó en la causa. La causa no es visible, no la podemos ver, pero sí podemos ver el efecto. Entonces, todo lo que sea que experimentemos a través de los 5 sentidos y la mente y el ego es un efecto. La mente, el ego puede decir esto me gusta, esto no me gusta, pero todo es un efecto.
If you keep aside ego, okay? Ego means ego. What is ego? Ego arises when there is this imposition about I am doing it. You see, ego does not exist when there is the pure knower. You see, the knower sees the effect. The knower sees the effect, and the ego suffers the effect. You see, the ego suffers the effect. Oh, it's so cold. Oh, it's so hot. You see.
Si te apartas del ego, ¿no? ¿Cuándo surge el ego? El ego surge cuando hay una imposición de que yo lo estoy haciendo, pero desaparece cuando el conocedor ve el efecto y el ego sufre el efecto. Por ejemplo, me quemé, dice, oh, me quemé, me duele. Ahí es cuando el ego está sufriendo, pero el conocedor ve el efecto y entonces ahí el ego desaparece.
It's, that'll give the example. A man walks in the sun, you see. He gets hot. Who did it? He walks in the sun, he's gonna feel the heat. If he uses the umbrella, he's not going to feel the heat. You see? Who's doing this? There is no doer. It is all happening as the evidences of the nimit. The nimit is the heat, is the sun, walking in the sun. The sun says, I didn't do it. I'm not heating him. I'm not making him hot. I'm up here. The man says, the sun, I got sunburnt. I got burnt by the sun.
Yes. Es como caminar al sol, ¿no? El sol está caliente, entonces usas un paraguas, pero no eres el asesor, es el hacedor. Esto sucede, y sucede por los nimit. Caminas al sol, sientes calor, y te quemas, y dices, oh, el sol me quemó. El sol no te quemó, te dice, no, no, yo no te quemé, yo estoy acá arriba. Es como, no hay hacedor.
A man goes out and starts talking with 2 or 3 of his friends, and then somebody raises his voice and he gets upset and he says, oh, that man raised his voice and I got upset. You see, both of these things is nonsense. Is it not? This is all happening to the bodies, you see. He went out there and he started talking, and then, all of this is with the belief that I am talking. Can he talk if he's by himself? No, he can only talk when there are 2 or 3 of his buddies around him.
Esto es, por ejemplo, cuando 2 o 3 personas comienzan a hablar y uno levanta la voz y el otro se enoja porque el otro levantó la voz y es una situación absolutamente sin sentido y todo esto es debido a la creencia de que yo soy el que yo hablo o yo escucho.
Yeah, yeah. The body, his body went there and he sat, you see, and then, it's as if they're start drinking some beer, and if he has more than a few beers, then he starts, the beer takes over his body and he says, they might even hit each other because that's what men do when they take a lot of beer, you see. And so all of these things are scientific circumstantial evidences. The evidence change. If the evidences are bringing the results which are continuously changing, but this person believes it's happening to me, and that's the problem, you see. Yeah.
Yes. Por ejemplo, las cosas que le pasan al cuerpo, ¿no? Una persona toma una cerveza, y una cerveza está bien, pero ya cuando toma más de dos, la cerveza se apodera del cuerpo y empiezan a pasar cosas. Y estas son evidencias científicos circunstanciales. Y la evidencia va cambiando todo el tiempo. Y el problema es creer que esto me está pasando a mí.
Yeah, and say, they say the man gets into too much of a fight after, too much beer, the police may lock him up overnight, you see. And his wife, when she gets to hear about it, she says, God, God, Jesus, save him, Jesus, save him, you see. Evidence. God is not out there to save him, to get him out, you see. When the alcohol comes down and he wakes up, he'll say, sorry, sir, sorry, I will never do this again. The policeman says, okay, get out, go home to your wife. He comes home and the wife will say, oh, because I prayed, because I prayed so much all night that my husband came home.
Yes. Eh, por ejemplo, hay un hombre que toma demasiada cerveza, y se emborrachó, le hace mal, no tiene conciencia de cómo llegar a su casa, entonces la policía lo lleva y lo hace pasar la noche con ellos, ¿no? Y entonces no hay un Dios que lo haya cuidado, ¿no? Y lo hacen pasar la noche ahí. Y a la mañana se despierta ya sin el efecto del alcohol y se da cuenta de lo que dice, le pide disculpas a la policía y la policía le dice, ok, ve a tu casa. Y mientras que y el hombre, y cuando llega a la casa la mujer dice, oh, yo estuve rezando a Dios toda la noche para que puedas volver, y Dios, y yo estuve haciendo esto y tú volviste a casa sano.
It is, if Vyavasthit Shakti is this energy of Vyavasthit that is running it? No, you see, if you drink water, a glass of water, take a glass of water, it will nourish this body because if the body is dry, it needs water, right? If instead of water, this is alcohol, you see, every sip will create a change. Who is doing it? It is, the body, the effects are automatic. You see, the effects are based on evidences. What went in, you see, is an effect. Everything is an effect. Cause. There is, causes is a different matter altogether. Don't talk about cause. This is all in front of us is an authority of the effect. Authority of effect, authority of effect. Who am I in all of this? Amapura. Who am I? I'm a Pura. This is authority of the effect, continuously changing effect.
Por ejemplo, Vyavasthit Shakti, si el cuerpo está necesitando agua, te bebes un vaso de agua y el cuerpo deja de sentirse seco. Pero si en vez de que el vaso contenga agua, tiene alcohol, va a haber una diferencia, son diferentes evidencias. Todo esto es un efecto de una causa. Pero no hay que hablar de causas, porque todo está bajo la autoridad del efecto, continuamente, ¿no? Y lo único que podemos hacer es estar en presencia en alma pura.
Yes. Who am I in all of this? I'm a Pura. What is happening? Authority of effect. You see, otherwise known as SCE, scientific circumstantial evidence. You see.
Yes. Entonces, ¿quién soy yo? Soy alma. ¿Qué está frente a lo que está sucediendo? Es quién soy yo, soy alma pura. ¿Y quién es el hacedor? Todo esto está bajo la autoridad del efecto. Y todo
Yeah.
esto
You know what we discussed?
es
Yeah,
evidencia.
yeah. Sorry, go on.
Eh, y,
Mhm.
y todo esto, la autoridad del efecto es evidencia científica circunstancial.
It is so vast. It's a parinam. It's a result. It's a result, but in the result, in the sense that it is it is it's not something new. It's not something new. It appears new, but it is the result. This is so subtle. And the Gnanis, you see, and he has said it here. He says, it's only the Gnanis can see this, you see. Gnanis can see this. We cannot see this, but because we only, he says, Gnanis can see this. This is so deep. Only Gnani has seen it all. We, climate change, you talk about climate change, global warming, etc., etc. Who is doing it? And the answer is it's an effect. Answer is it is an effect.
Yes. Parinam es el resultado, pero en el sentido, el resultado no es algo nuevo, no es algo nuevo, es muy sutil. Esto solo los nanis lo pudieron ver y es tan profundo y los nanis lo vieron todo. Podemos decir que el calentamiento global o el cambio climático es un efecto.
People will say that, too much cutting away the trees, and, the deforestations, and now we are paying the price for it. The scientists can only reach so much, can know so much, understand. They try to connect. The Gnanis see the total connection, but the Gnanis, Dada says, you will know only so much through your intellect. You cannot know the whole thing. You cannot know the whole.
con esto del calentamiento global o de los cambios climáticos, los científicos están diciendo que bueno, que esto se debe a que se cortan los árboles y todo eso, pero los científicos no pueden ir muy lejos con todo esto porque no tienen no tienen, lo están haciendo a través del intelecto. Los Gnani sí pudieron ver todo esto, pueden verlo, tienen el conocimiento tan profundo y vieron todo. Y los científicos con este intelecto no pueden ver todo no pueden ver todo, llegan hasta determinado punto.
You see, this Vyavasthit Shakti, Dada says, is itself the result. Is itself the result. How are you going to estimate a result? How are you and I going to understand a result? You see? And the answer is, the more we see it, the more we will understand it as the result. There is no other way to really understand it. If you try to understand it in any other way, you will get confused a little bit, See it and then it is, it's the result. Somebody shouts at you, what is it? You're sitting quietly, somebody suddenly shouts at you. Now, hey, you there, well, what's going on? So, you see, in the old days before the Gnan Vidhi, we'll say, oh, he did this. I didn't do anything. He shouted, and you go and complain to 10 people. I didn't do anything and he treated me like this. You see?
Sí, Vyavasthit Shakti es un resultado, como lo entendemos, y cuanto más lo podemos ver el resultado, más vamos a poder entender. Y si, por ejemplo, alguien grita, ahora sabemos por qué sucede, pero antes del Nambidi van a decir, él me gritó, no, yo no le grité, él me gritó, y así van a estar buscando culpables y ver quién fue el que lo hizo.
You see, our Gnani Deepak uses the word result of scientific circumstantial evidences. The word of needs to go away. There is scientific circumstantial evidence is the result. In other words, there is nothing causing the result. The result itself is the scientific circumstantial evidences that have come together. You see, they are now giving now it is Vyavasthit. When they come together, there's an effect, and that is Vyavasthit, you see. For another person, it's highly individualized, it's very subtle, but it is not the result of scientific circumstantial evidences. It is itself scientific circumstantial evidences, you see. You understand?
Yes. Yes, you will help me. Gnani dice que el resultado es por las evidencias científicas circunstanciales, pero el resultado es porque las evidencias científicas circunstanciales son en sí mismas. No hay una causa del resultado. La evidencia científico circunstancial vienen, se juntan y producen un efecto, un Vyavasthit. Para otros esto es algo que es como muy individual, pero el resultado es la evidencia científico circunstancial en sí misma.
If the circumstances are lacking, if this is now the circumstances are there, and there is a result. If the circumstances are lacking, you see, they're lacking, then the result is not there. You see, so scientific circumstantial evidence and itself is the result. You see, if one or two circumstances are lacking, there is no result. You see.
Cuando las circunstancias vienen todas juntas y están allí, hay un resultado. Pero si en las circunstancias está faltando el resultado, quiere decir que no están las circunstancias todas allí.
Somebody tells you, oh, you have they have an appointment with your friend is coming at your place at noon, and she comes at 1:30. You see, the lunch is all cold, she comes at 1:30. You see, now the circumstances, you do not know what the circumstances are. Only thing you know is she did not come at noon. The doorbell did not ring at noon. It rang at 1:30. You see?
Por ejemplo, tienes una cita con un amigo y la tienes a las 12 del mediodía, pero ella no viene a las 12, está llegando 1:30. El resultado es que la comida va a estar fría. El timbre no sonó a las 12.
Yeah, you see, in those of you who are translators
Sonó
and who
a
are,
las
yeah, sorry, go on. I'm sorry, go on. See, those of you who are translating our Portuguese, English, Portuguese, etc. They are saying it is Vyavasthit in brackets result of scientific circumstantial evidence. You got to get rid of the word result of. Vyavasthit means scientific circumstantial evidence. Keep it exactly as Dada has said, you see. Vyavasthit means Vyavasthit. You say Vyavasthit means that is how it is. That's all. That is how it is.
Bueno, para todos los que traducen, para todos los traductores de Dada, resultado no es Vyavasthit, ¿no? Vyavasthit es lo que es como es lo que es lo que se presentó.
When you say somebody gets an effect, somebody comes to you complaining, and somebody has that effect, somebody has that result. Somebody has a result that she or he does not like. All right. Now, if you say, oh, it's Vyavasthit, etc., it is one of the most horrible mistakes you can do. You see, how can you compare what is an effect with how you see it? These are two different souls who are in different places. You're here and she's there, and you are saying it's Vyavasthit.
Yes. Por ejemplo, alguien se queja, y eso es un efecto o un resultado, algo porque hay algo que no le gusta. Entonces tú dices, oh, es Vyavasthit. Ese es un horrible error. ¿Cómo puedes decir que esto, no? Si hay dos almas allí y a una le pasa algo y la otra dice, esto es Vyavasthit.
Vyavasthit is only for the one who is awakened, who understands. Who am I in all of this? It is not for the one who does not understand who am I. All right, let's go to, sorry, go on. And then, yes, Christian, where are you?
Please, let me translate this last
Yes.
sentence. Vyavasthit es para el que tiene la conciencia y el entendimiento de quién verdaderamente soy.
Yeah, you
And
see,
that's it.
yeah, right, yes. Vyavasthit is not for, if you are not is in seeing it as an amapura, you have no right to talk about Vyavasthit.
Si no puedes ver a la otra persona como alma pura, no tienes derecho a hablar de Vyavasthit. Derecho, así.
Yeah, because you are
Thank you.
you are under the
Sí.
evidences. You're rolling with the evidences, and you're saying Vyavasthit.
Estamos como moviéndonos con las evidencias y decimos que esto es Vyavasthit.
By the way, we need to. We have not covered this entire, heading today. So remind me. We need to go into it in the next session. All right, Christian, my friend. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I wrote that the question that it says if you change your belief system, it affects the result in any way.
You're already.
Sí, por favor, Cristian, querido.
Yeah.
Sé que
Okay.
estás.
Yeah. Christian, you need to. I got the question now. Have you conveyed this to the Spanish people? Yeah.
Okay. Yo pregunté si uno cambia su sistema de creencias, ¿esto afecta el resultado en alguna manera o de alguna manera?
Yeah, all belief systems are part of evidences, you see, and the changes happening are also part of evidences. Yes, yeah. What you're saying is, in essence, is if you change the way you see it, does it affect the result in any way? If you can change the way you see it, belief is nothing but I believe this, and then there is finally a location where there is no belief. So amapura, so amapura. You see, so everything else except Swayamapura is part of a way of seeing things or believing things, you see. I believe this, I see it this way, I see it this way, I see it this way. Yes, so, yes, every belief system will affect the result. You see, in other words, you are not seeing it the way you and I are supposed to see, the way you and I and Dada sees it. You and I and Dada see it as Amapura view. Amapura view is the exact result, result. Everything else is it will modify it. Don't you agree, Christian? Because you're moving away from the pure light, pure view to modified view of the beliefs. I see it this way, I see it this way, I see it this way. And it becomes an evidence. It becomes evidence, you see. I see it this way. Yes, I see this way. I see it this way. And it is, you call it, if you're seeing it as a process where the curtain is being removed, then it's different, you see. Yes, you're seeing it from the view of the self, you see. So this person is seeing it from 300 degrees, another one is seeing it from 320, another one is seeing it from 330, etc. See, seeing of the self is, so this pure view and an understanding of Vyavasthit. Effect, if you concentrate on the word effect, it will be a very beautiful way of saying it, you see. That's an effect. Sorry, it was a long answer. You translate that.
¿Quieres traducir la voz o querés que vaya yo?
no anda tú nomás.
Ok, gracias. Muy buena pregunta. Hablando del sistema de creencias, ¿no? Que son, estas son partes de las evidencias. Y el cambio en estas creencias también van a crear nuevas evidencias, ¿no? Y sí va a afectar los resultados. Pero ahora, todo esto es desde el punto de vista de la mente o del intelecto, porque la creencia pertenece al intelecto, a la mente, al intelecto, al chit, al ego, pero después está lo real, que es soy alma pura. Y ser alma pura, ver, sentir y ver desde el alma pura, ese es el resultado. Todo lo demás puede ser modificable en lo relativo. Y si lo ves, cómo ves el proceso, y si podés ver el proceso de cómo poder remover los velos, estás viéndolo desde el lugar del ser. Y no nos olvidemos que el Gnani está hablando desde el espacio, desde su conocimiento de 360 grados. Hay gente que habla desde los 330 y personas que están hablando de los 320 grados, ¿no? Pero todo es un efecto.
Yeah, Dada connects the cause and the effect. You see, Dada says to give an exam there is this energy of some specific person to give an exam, but the result is not in anybody's energy. In other words, yes, cut less trees, try to grow trees, and that is where your energies come in. But when global warming happens, you're already in the effect part already, you see.
Yes. Dada habla, ¿no? Como de esto de la causa y del efecto. Y el resultado no está en manos de nadie, porque por supuesto que no está bien cortar árboles, y no tendríamos que cortar más árboles, pero nosotros ya estamos viviendo el efecto de haber cortado los árboles.
Because the effect is the effect. There's only two things. There is the ama and there is the effect. That's it. Ego is an artifact. Ego is the illusion. We are now understanding ego very well. Right, Christian? We are all understanding ego very well, And we are,
El efecto, hay dos cosas. Una es el efecto y después está lo real, que es el alma pura. El ego es un efecto, el ego es una ilusión, y recién ahora podemos estar entendiendo lo que es el ego.
Shuddha Bhagwan, we'll carry this on. I know we have to be with the Gnani later on today. So thank you, and highest namaskars to each one of you. Yes.
Vamos a terminar este satsang por hoy para ir con el Gnani, y gracias para todos y los más elevados namaskar para cada uno de todos nosotros. Same to you, Shuddha. Highest namaskar. Thank you.
Yeah, and Laura, thank you. Paz, thank
Jai
you.
Satchidanand.
Yes.
Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Paz, that was a beautiful 3 mantra. We will have you sing it again next time, okay? Paz.
Paz, fue divino tu trimante, así que vas a seguir cantándolo por las próximas veces. Divino.
Jai Satchidanand. Jai Satchidanand.
Satchidanand.
Yeah.
Jai Satchidanand.